So I finished a construction project. I did very well, very well. Let me tell you all right now that with YouTube and some precision and thought, you could be better carpenters than most of the cousin fucking carpenters that we have plaguing these United States. Tradesmen. You're like the girl who says, "Well, I won't sleep with you if you don't do my homework." You weren't going to do the job right anyway, and we will replace you. So I have some requests to do after I finish that project. Hey, Cap, military vet here. Keep me nice like a video. Want to thank you for your guidance in finishing out my 20 years with my last government agency while buying back my pension years. You suggested that I finish out my time in an easy, stress-free job to finish out my time while I finished school along with my 20 years. Because of this, I could collect a steady paycheck of a livable amount at the age of 55. I'm still relatively young with no kids and single, so this will go a long way. I want to get your perspective on the next phase and plan that I have currently. While I was finishing out my 20 years with my government agency, I was in the background process for a federal job in which I am currently employed. I was employed before Trump took office and didn't foresee any changes that are being implemented currently. After signing my fully remote agreement, I'm being told that I need to go back into the office 5 days. All right, so you have a remote agreement, and now they're changing it. I don't care who president is. Like here it was. You got a signed contract. Shit, I'm not a lawyer, but a lawyer might even say no. He gets to work remote. It says right here. I'm being told that I need to go back in the office 5 days a week, along with the instability and uncertainty that federal employment has right now. It seems that my agency is in complete disarray. I was told that probationary employees in my job category are safe, but your previous videos have alluded to never believing anything your bosses say, only what they do. Yeah, generally in the private sector, yes, and public sector as well. But when it comes to the um, stability of employment in the public versus private sectors, the public sector is a little bit more, well, significantly more stable. And I don't know what you do now in your new federal job, but here's where you got to self-assess. Are you in the military? Are you trying to think what's a important part? Well, there's bloat everywhere. I mean, are you in Department of Transportation? Are you civil engineer? What do you do? Or are you the assistant reserve lookout DEI chief reserve officer in charge of party cups? That I'd be a little bit more worried and concerned about. My goal is to finish out my 20 years with this agency and then move. My goal was to finish out my 20 years with the original government agency and then move to the federal government for another 20-year career. I have the same opportunity to buy back pension years with the federal government at a cheap price. All right, so the feds are offering a similar thing, but I don't know if that's a good idea right now. Do you think it's a good idea right now to start planning my exit strategy before another shit show could occur? Do you think it's a good idea to just stick it through this insanity? It's not insanity. It's just the taxpayers want their fucking money back. I don't want you to get fired. You know, I want you to be employed because I know you work hard. Or is it time to jump ship since I am in my probationary period? I'm afraid I will get an email saying that I will be terminated for performance even without a performance review since I just started and am in my probationary year. The one thing I wanted out of this job was to get my security clearance along with getting additional experience with the federal government to move to the private sector. I'm currently going back for a particular trade to have a tangible skill set in case something bad happens out of the blue so I could jump into a job right away. I'm a minimalist and have other avenues of income coming in currently, which cover my mortgage and bills. If you were in my situation, what would you do? I'd be debating whether I need another pension. The You just got a 20-year pension. I presume at a state or a local, some kind of other government agency. You want to do another 20 years? Now, I know you bought the years back, but what are we looking at here? Another 10 to 15 years working for the feds? And right off the bat, they've already said, "Oh, yeah, if you had a contract, said, no, I get to work remote,' and now they're reneging on it, that alone, I'm like, yeah, this isn't worth it. I'd be like, fuck you, I don't need this shit. I'd even go so far as to get maybe a lawyer and consult. Like, can they enforce this if I have an agreement? But that's going to put you on bad terms there. I mean, if you quit now, it's going to be bad terms anyway with the feds. I'd investigate and look like if you quit now, is that going to reflect poorly and somehow prevent you or lessen your chances of getting federal employment in the future? Um, what else? I but already see like I you got yourself a pension, right? That should kind of more or less help you out. Yeah, you'd like another one, sure. But already, this is like you're on the first date and she stinks, you know? She got armpit hair. I just me, if you got other sources of income, I'd say, yeah, I'm not doing this. Put your 2 weeks. This is just what I would do. You gotta figure this out yourself. I put my 2 weeks notice in. Wait a minute, you're feds, right? Can you go talk to the union? Are you represented by a union? I go talk to the union guys, see what they say. Get that information. Talk to a lawyer, get that information. But all the information you've given me so far, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to give you my 2 weeks notice. No, we had an agreement. This was going to be remote work. I'll do the 2 weeks notice. Do it in email. um, and then go work your regular job. It's in part because they lied. Uh, but the main reason, boy, do you need another 20-year pension? That's like another 10, 15 years. Because at your previous place, if I recall correctly, what was it? The woke political bullshit. And you had to basically demote yourself, right? And I said, just stick it out. You don't have, I know it sucks to deal with it, but you had worked like a regular job most of that time. And then you worked something like a janitor or something like that. I don't know if it was a janitor, but it was somewhere. Just stick it out for another, whatever, 2 or 3 years. And you did, you bought your stuff back. Now you got your pension. Do you want to go through that process again? Yeah, I know under Trump, you're not going to have the woke DEI horse shit. I you're in a bad you're in a recession if you're in the federal government because they're laying people off. They're already reneging on your remote work. Nah, man. I would maybe leave on good terms as much as you can so you could work for the feds in the future. But putting you 2 weeks notice, have it documented, union, whatever. Wait to come back. Try a different department, some other thing. Because this isn't it. Already they're fucking with shit. No, I wouldn't even bother with this. Try a different department. Find how about borderland, Department of Homeland Security, Border Patrol. I go look for something where it's guys, right? And no bullshit. Yeah, we need you. Come on in. That's what I would look at. But you know what? You just busted your ass off getting that first pension. Why don't you just do your trade thing, man? You got some money coming in on the side. Why don't you just take a break? Go have a little bit of fun. Summer's coming up, right? Yeah, I wouldn't. This job ain't worth holding over to. Go have some fun. You earned it. And then maybe reevaluate a different federal job you might want to get the pension. But I would run some numbers. Do you really need another pet? Because that's a obligation. That's like 75% of the reason I'm like, I wouldn't do it. I don't even know if I go back. I just kind of chill out, and between Social Security and your pension, you should be fine. And then if a different federal agency that isn't being shrank and doesn't renege on their contracts, well, maybe. But yeah, this is like you picked up the girl and as she was sitting down, she farted right in your face in the car and it stinks. And no, I'd abandon. All right, what we got? Wet Willie's wetter water. Hey, Cappy, Google van lords. Okay, do I want to Google van lords? Is this going to be two girls, one cup kind of shit? Is this Van Man related to Van Man, a channel I enjoy watching? And you guys should too. Van lords. Van lords. San Jose leaders push to crack down on van lords exploiting the unhoused to rent rundown homes for 800. You know what? This sounds interesting. Why don't you give me, if you want me to talk about it, send me a request. I don't have the half an hour to read through it and do a video on it. No offense, Wet Willie's wetter water. I just spent 3 hours dealing with a minor, not so minor project. I got other requests to do. So, but everybody else, check out Van Lords. It's in California, so you know it's going to be shit. All right. See you guys later. Toodles.